Hey MMA fans, Caged Minds, your host Michael Frankel, here to do our recap for Bellator 68. Started off with a couchweight fight, 230 pounds, Carmelo Marrero, Seth Petroncelli. This fight was set and ready to go as we thought from the weigh-ins. They both weighed in, ready to go, but didn't happen. Seth Petroncelli, sick, unable to go. That fight does not happen. Has to be rescheduled for another time. Now we move on to the first fight of the main card that did happen, Waachiim Spiritwolf versus Marius Zaromskis. We had looked for a great striking battle. Everyone was in high anticipation. It started out a little bit crazy, both men throwing winging punches at each other, but very quickly Spiritwolf grabbed the clinch, pressured against the fence, looked to get the takedowns, was landing good strikes from the inside. The most offense that Zaromskis had throughout the fight was a spinning back elbow that did cut open Spiritwolf. He also landed a few solid knees. Spiritwolf bleeds very easily. Throughout the first two rounds, though, he was dominant in control in the clinch and using the strikes from a close distance. But as the second round ends, the doctors come in to check out the cuts. They deem them too bad, so the fight is called off. It is stopped because 2 rounds have been completed. We end up with a second round TKO, which was actually our prediction, but not the way we wanted it to happen, for Marius Zaromskis. So he gets that winner by TKO, and perhaps we see a part 3 where we'll actually see a solid finish to one of their fights, but that's just throwing that one out there. Next up, we're talking about, it was the first of the bantamweight semifinals. We had Marcos Galvao versus Travis Marx. We had predicted for Marx to win with the split decision, using better wrestling, being more powerful, staying out of the striking range, and then coming in under shots, getting takedowns, and being more aggressive on the ground. That did not happen. Galvao did not allow to go to the ground. He used chopping leg kicks, chopping down that tree, massive overhand rights. The strikes that Galvao landed were more effective than the strikes that Marx landed. Marx did not give up, though. He kept pressuring, kept attempting takedowns, but really, in the first and the third round, Galvao was more aggressive, threw more, landed more, hurt Marx more, and Galvao will now move on with this unanimous decision victory that he got, 29-28 across the board. He moves on to the bantamweight finals, and I really do believe he will be the season 6 bantamweight champion. He is going to beat whoever he faces in those finals. And speaking of finals, we talk about the main event. It was a featherweight final for season 6. We were having Daniel Straus versus Marlon Sandro. We had predicted for Straus to win with a unanimous decision because he pushes the pace, he pressures, he switches from striking to grappling very well. He's tenacious, just stays after it all the time, non-stop, and thought he would burn out the cardio of the older Sandro. Sandro likes to stay apart, likes to use the distance to strike, and Sandro kept changing levels on it. Sandro kept getting levels changed on him, didn't know which way he was going. Straus, from wrestling to striking, controlled Sandro. Every time they were in a clinch or in a position where they seemed to be nullifying each other, it was the physical strength of Daniel Straus that pushed the fight to the ground or got it to the cage in his favor. In the third round, Daniel Straus does find himself in trouble. Sandro starts using his own grappling, goes for the takedown, but Straus pops right back up, finds himself trapped in a standing arm triangle. After what seemed like a minute of Sandro trying to work the submission from a standing position, he gets his left leg, trying to do a trip on the left leg of Straus. Straus loses balance for a second, regains, is able to get out of the submission. Sandro has Straus's back. Sandro disengages to back up to start to strike again. As he throws an overhand, Straus drops under, changes levels, gets another big takedown, and ended the fight having the back of Marlon Sandro. 2 judges gave it 30-27. It was a very good fight, best performance of his career. Daniel Straus is the season 6 Bellator featherweight champion, and he is going to await the winner of the Pat Curran Patricio Freire fight. Whoever wins that fight, their first title defense or Curran's next title defense, will be very difficult against Daniel Straus. This has been Caged Minds. Thanks for watching our recap of Bellator 68. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit us up on Facebook or Twitter, Uncaged the War Within Yourself, and have a good night.